Being in the cybersecurity field can be very overwhelming, especially if you're new to the field. A lot of times, most companies will not send you to training. While I'm here to provide you with 5 different free resources that can help you with your journey so that you can understand what the job entails and how to be better at your job. The first website that I wanted to go ahead and cover was the CIS.org. This is a very great website for anyone, no matter what field you're working in, whether it's government or outside of the government. It's a free resource. So they provide a variety of different solutions for you, and going on the website is very simple and easy. What they are really known for, that they help the whole community out with better understanding policies and standards across the cybersecurity field. So when you are going in and accrediting a system, you have to look at these things that are called security controls. And each security control can be different. If you want to go ahead and get your system, accredited quickly, and you're just trying to figure out what are the most critical bare minimum security controls that you need to go ahead and meet, you can definitely go ahead and check that website out. So they have a top 20 critical control list that you can go ahead and look at. They also provide you with system hardening documentation and all other sorts of various different documentation. If you want different sorts of solutions, they offer that as well. All you have to do is go check out the website completely for free, and it will help you break down everything that you need to know in terms of critical security controls and system hardening efforts. Another really good website is called the MITRE ATT&CK. So the MITRE ATT&CK was founded in 2015, and this is completely free. It is essentially a big repository of all the known threat actors out there within the space, from different foreign countries, ones that are local in the US, wherever they may be. And they go ahead and break down the different types of exploits that each threat agent or group uses and how they use them, and what you can go ahead and do to mitigate your system to prevent that issue from happening, whatever types of attack they go in. It is a very big, long website with so many different types of vulnerabilities. So if you are the type of person that kind of struggles with knowing how to mitigate certain things with vulnerabilities, or just trying to understand what vulnerabilities really are and how they work, this website is a great resource to go ahead and check out. Also, a lot of organizations use the MITRE ATT&CK to perform risk assessments. So risk assessments, if you're not familiar with what those are pretty much just long ass documents that people have to go ahead and create, and each group from the organization, from the managers to the security personnel, will have to go ahead and perform a risk assessment against the system, basically seeing what type of vulnerabilities are out there on the system, what they can do to mitigate them, and all that type of stuff. So it is a very good website to go ahead and check out if you're struggling with that stuff. And again, it is very large. Like literally, I spent hours on end on researching kind of what every threat actor kind of does and what the main vulnerabilities are and how you can go ahead and mitigate them. It is a very good website to go ahead and do that, and it's completely free. The next one will be the OWASP.org website. They provide basically a set of like top 10 or top 20 security vulnerabilities that happens with software. So there are a lot of coders out there that don't secure their code, and these guys break down basically what are the top 10 or 20 security risks with having software in your system. So if you have like SQL injections, input validation errors, cross-site scripting, anything with web applications, like this is a really good website to go ahead and give you an idea of what you need to look at for the code, how you can go ahead and fix it, or tell your software developers to go ahead and fix. Literally just give you a really good base understanding of exactly what software development looks like from a security perspective and what you need to do to go ahead and secure it. So that is a really good resource as well. They update that frequently with what are the top threats within a certain year. So they recently came out with the top 2021 threats that had come out and what people can do to go ahead and fix those issues. Another really good resource is fedramp.gov. So if you don't work in the federal government, that's totally fine. You can still use this resource. They basically try to have security professionals understand cloud technology and how to secure them. Additionally, what I've used this website for is just basically going ahead and looking at the templates that they use for their baseline policies and other security types of documentation. So I'll go ahead, download that, and then adjust it as needed based on what my program needs are. And it is a really good resource, so you don't have to start completely from scratch. Writing documentation in cybersecurity is definitely not one of my favorite things. I know it's not a favorite to a lot of people. They'd rather just do the technical work, but sometimes depending on what your position is, there's no escaping it whatsoever. So you're gonna have to go ahead and make documentation. So that is a really good resource to go ahead and start. On one of my programs, I had to create a security systems plan, which is just basically identifying your whole system. What are the connection points, how the infrastructure is made, who's responsible for what. And it was just a really time saver. It literally saved me like hours worth of work if I were to go ahead and try to make this document myself. And then the other really good website is the CSRC.NIST.gov. So NIST comes out with a bunch of standards for the federal government on how they should come out and meet security controls. It's really guidelines, not necessarily standards, but this will give you a really good starting point on what you need to know in terms of cybersecurity, how you can implement certain things. DevSecOps is a really huge word in the industry right now because there's so many different cloud technologies. So they're coming out with documentation on how to write that, but they have other documentation such as vulnerability management, configuration management, patch management, like stuff like that. So you can go ahead and take bits and pieces from their documentation, really read the documentation and understand what you're doing in the security realm. And it's really nice. Like I've had to use this site so many times to really understand kind of what processes look like and what security professionals really need to do in those circumstances. And then of course there are basically two paid resources that you can go ahead and do to learn anything that you want about cybersecurity. So cybrary.it is a really good resource for cybersecurity professionals. They cover a variety of range of technical solutions for certifications, or if you want to get into a different career field or trying to get into a new career field, you can go ahead and pay for one of the courses, and then it will come out with a certificate at the end saying that you completed it, and you can go ahead, add that to your resume, add whatever skills you learned from that. So it's a really good resume builder as well when you're trying to get into either a new job or switching careers, whatever the case may be. That is a really good website as well. Then the other website that we have is Udemy. So there is a lot of courses that cost like average of $20 that you can go ahead and purchase. And it could be anywhere from like software development, IT support, security tool solutions, stuff like that. Like just think about it like this. 20 bucks is not a lot, and that's like 2 Starbucks coffees. So you basically paid, that amount within one day, and then you can go ahead and learn a new skill, add that to your resume, and then tack another like $30,000 to $40,000 extra to try to get into the new career field that you want to, just from a $20 course. So keep that in mind. It's a really good resource as well. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I have a bunch of resources that are available. I'll put them down in the link below. I took a course on ACAS, or Tenable is what they call it, is a vulnerability scanner. So I'm going to put all that course material that I had received down in the link below. And then also I came out with a Udemy course a couple of months ago. If you want to go ahead and check that out, it's for a tool called Splunk, and it is one of the industry leading SIEM tools or auditing tools that security professionals will have to go ahead and implement and configure and all that stuff. So I break everything down super detailed, super simple, and it's only $20 on Udemy. So if you'd like to support me and the channel to keep this growing, go ahead and check out that course. You don't have to get it if you don't want to. It will not hurt my feelings whatsoever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was just a quick down and dirty video talking about the free resources that you can use if you're getting into the field or if you're new into your current position. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.